close to Iris.
Please tell me y'all remember the scene where Eddie asked Joe's blessing for Iris. Watch what Joe about to say, y'all. In front of everybody. People ain't really paying attention, but watch.
No.
And you know what? I don't know why he did that long pause, because you know he didn't think about it. He was like, no, this is not what's supposed to be. My son, well, not my son, but this boy that live in my house that I prepared for Iris is gonna be her husband. Not you, Mrs. Zimbabwe's, okay? So there.
Dad.
This scene is so cute. Cause you know what smacked right dab into him? The future! His whole effing future! The mother of his kids or whatever. That's no big deal, you know? It's no big deal at all.
He's in a good mood. He's about to get married.
Yes, he is. You know who else is getting married? Me.
Oh, wait, no.
Y'all thought I was gonna say myself. I'm not getting married. I'm sorry. I'm not
It's
getting
kind
married.
of work related.
Okay, yeah, now it's not a great time. I'm sorry.
And guess who was the little plot thickener in the middle? This motherfucker.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, well, can you call me when you're done? It's really
Sure, girl, sure. Okay, he got important stuff to do. Okay, look what happens. Like, he just found out that Iris West was going to turn Iris Westallen, and then Eddie was like, look, I'm about to pop the question, like, what did you think, Eddie? Barry, like, you thought that they was gonna break up out of some weird, like, shit? You know what? I was kind of shocked that they decided to make Iris find out in the first season. Like, I thought they was gonna wait, like, at least till next season, so it could boil a little bit. Like, she deal with Eddie's death in the season finale, and then a couple of episodes into the second season, and then she find out, so she could be totally mad about something else, you know, not be mad about the same thing and have everything hit her at once because Eddie died, and then she found out Barry was the Flash, like episode 22, and then Eddie died episode 23, and then it was just like a lot she got to deal with. So, but it still ended up being very good. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. He should have knew right then and there that she was mad at him, and she knew. Because first of all, Iris, she let Barry touch her more than her own man. So he should have knew, like, oh, she mad. Barry could touch anything he want. If it's Iris's or if it's anything on her body, he could touch. Eddie can't touch nothing she got. I bet you she had her own little section in his house of her things that he can't touch.
Right now.
Honestly, to be honest, you should, in this scene right here, I'm finally noticing that Barry kind of got sloppy with his two lives that he was living. Him as the Flash and him as Barry Allen. Because him as Barry Allen should have noticed that something was really wrong with Iris. Let's pause right quick. He should have honestly noticed that she knew something, because when he first became the Flash and he was going to see Iris and stuff like that, he was very aware that she had this little crush on the Flash, and then all of a sudden when he had that guy that was tricking him or whatever, and he became angry, that one episode where Arrow came and helped him get out of his anger, whatever, and she didn't want to see the Flash anymore, but he weaseled his way back in there. So he should have paid attention and noticed. But no, he living a double life and shit, so he can't tell.
I believe I didn't figure it out sooner.
Me either, but you know what? Hey, you were new. You were new to the world of, you know, journalism. So we'll let it slide. And you moved to Eddie's house, so how was you supposed to pay attention to Barry when you had a whole man's to sleep with every night, you know? So we don't blame you, girl. We don't. Wasn't shitting y'all pants at this moment. Oh, you ain't a true fan. Because I was so scared, like, oh, what's she about to do? Is she about to slap the shit out of him? Once, slap the shit out of him. Twice, slap the shit out of him. Third time, what is she about to do? No, she just had a conversation with him. And that, have y'all ever got in trouble where y'all thought y'all was going to get a whooping, instead y'all got to talking to and it was worse than the whooping? Oh! It's the worst thing ever, I just want to say. Y'all notice this? Barry's suit is looking real tight. Like, I don't know, not tight like cool, but I'm talking about tight. Like, maybe they should have went a size up a little bit, because it just looks uncomfortable. But Grant Gustin did say it took him 45 minutes to put the suit on the first time ever. So look, he can't even stretch his leg out. God damn, it's tight on his body. But why didn't you then?
Everything started getting crazy, and I thought maybe Joe was right, and I should.
Wait, what? You gonna tell her daddy and not tell her?
You not to tell me?
He was trying to protect you.
But all them little first of all, pause because I'm getting mad again. I paused the video because Iris just found out that Joe knew, and Joe told Barry not to tell Iris to protect her or whatever. My thing is this. First of all, in the first season, we already knew that from Joe's words, he tells Iris everything, right? Then from Iris, she called him a blabbermouth because he tells her everything. But all of a sudden, he want to keep this secret to himself. And you know what? I wonder what had happened if he had told her himself versus her finding out. Like, what conversation would that be like? You know, especially knowing that she was looking at his ass and saying the flash is, well, she never said the flash is hot, but we know that she was saying it to somebody. She was talking to somebody about it. You know, having a crush on him and stuff. What was her? I just want to know, how would it play it out differently? This part was so cute to me. I think this is like, no, I'm lying. It's not, but it's one of the many scenes where I was like,
What are you gonna do?
how was this fake? How was this fake? Like, their chemistry together is just so good.
Huge.
I could not see them do this with anybody else. Like, I'm not saying that they couldn't like go off and have an amazing career doing other things, but I'm saying in this particular moment, in this particular scene, I see no one else portraying Barry and Iris just quite like them. Like honestly, like, it's great. Like, no one, I don't think any other show is quite like The Flash. Like, in all these other DC shows, it's nothing. Their relationships are nothing like Barry and Iris. Like, you have Oliver and Felicity, you got Supergirl and Mon-El, but they don't even hit the mark of what Barry and Iris have.
Growing up together and knowing so much about each other, it made it hard for me.
Now, my thing is this. Let me pause. That part right there where he said living with them, it made it hard for him to come out and tell her how he felt. But my thing is this. Joe always knew, right? And he had to raise Barry while Barry's father raised him too. You know, because he would take him to go see his dad, whatever, and teach him lessons of everything not to do to get into prison. Too soon? No. I lost my damn train of thought because my dog, she went on a barking, rant. But I think I was saying, I think that since Joe knew, Joe, it's his house. Of course Joe knows. Joe knew that how Barry felt about Iris. And honestly, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that Joe respected Barry more when he became of age for not pursuing Iris in his house than to do it before. Like, because okay, let's think about this. If Barry was to tell Iris how he felt about her when they were teenagers or when they were still living in their house, so y'all was just gonna be shacking up under Joe's roof. I mean, I guess not, because he was doing it with Patty. Even though people don't like to count that scene as canon, I do, because it was a deleted scene, and I don't care. He slept with Patty in his Joe house. Okay?
It made it hard for me to admit how I felt about him. And I waited too long, and you fell in love with Eddie.
Yeah, she fell in love with Eddie because you wasn't around to tell her no. Only reason, Barry, let's be really real. The only reason why Iris decided to go out with Mr. Zimbabwe's is because you were not there to distract her. She said since season 1 that she never had a real boyfriend until Eddie. Let's be real. Never had a real relationship until Eddie. Why was Eddie there? And Eddie was there just as a distraction. If we're really gonna be honest, he was there to make her stop thinking about Barry. Well, I'm pretty sure she talked to him about Barry, but still, like, he was there to get her mind off of seeing Barry in a coma, seizing all the time. So yeah, she fell in love with him because he took her away from all the bad stuff that she saw from the man she really loved. Duh. Like, you know what? I can't hate on them because I actually like Eddie's character outside of their relationship, but it's just like, like, ugh. Like if it ain't Barry, I don't want it. If it ain't Iris, I don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the jealous type. So if it ain't Barry and Iris, I don't want it. Okay. Not saying that Eddie wasn't a great guy. Not saying that Patty wasn't a great person, but it wasn't not meant to be. Okay. So annoying. Okay. Yes, I am an Eddie Iris hater. Yes, I am a Barry Patty hater. I think the only couple that I was like, okay, was Barry and Linda because she was so like, oh, spicy and attitude and shit. I like that. So I was like, oh, girl, But other than that, Matt.
Iris West. Every moment of my life led to meeting you.
Oh, what a crock of shit. How fucking corny is that?
Screw the future.
No, screw you. Ugh. I don't care about that scene. I'm not finna talk about that scene. I just want to tell you guys that the reason why I keep going in between season 1 and season 2 is because I want to wait till I have a little break of a good amount of time to professionally do season 3. Like when I do my reaction videos, I want to take like one piece at a time and actually set up my camera and do it right, So that will happen next week, Tuesday. It will be up, okay? So look out for it.